Hi guys, and I am in the NISMO Patrol by Nissan. Launched at the tail end of last year. This car, you could say, is truly Middle East spec. It doesn't get more Middle East spec than this car. This car has been created for us here in the Middle East. We like our Patrol, so they've given us a performance variant. They've given us two other Nismos as well, a 370Z and a GTR, as you'd expect. Those models and some others are available in other markets, but in our market, we get this one. And this one, I think, is unique to us as far as I know at this point in time. I don't know if anybody else is getting it, but we're getting it here. So what will it cost you? It'll cost you 379,000 dirhams, about $103,000. Now, the regular top-of-the-range car, I think, comes in about $330,000, $90,000 or so. So what are you getting for that extra money? Well, you're getting 28 brake horsepower more, takes it up to 428 brake horsepower, plus an improved torque curve throughout the rev range. But of course, power isn't the only thing that gives it the true Nismo treatment. There's a lot more that's gone on here, including, of course, tweaks by Takumi. Takumi are the master craftsmen at Nissan, and they've worked on the engine. They've tweaked that. They've also tweaked the steering as well. Let me just give you a list of stuff that's gone on with this car. It has 22-inch rims, and it has tuned steering, as I said, Bilstein shock absorbers, and of course, it has the Nissan aerodynamic body kit, which actually does reduce lift on this car. But more than all of that, I think the most important part of this car and the most important aspect of what's been done to this car is the fact that, you know, even as it's being made on the production line, it gets the Nismo treatment. It's been reinforced and it's been stiffened at the production stage. That's before everything goes onto it. The body itself has been worked on to make it firmer and more solid, and that is to help ride and handling, less body twist and all of that, able to corner a little bit quicker. So talking of all that, I think it's time to take it for a little drive. So everything is as you know in a Patrol, and I'm not going to go over all of the generic road testy stuff that we do with cars because the Patrol is very familiar to us. In fact, there is a review of the Patrol on motoringme.com. Just go and check it out. And this car has been around for a few years, so we're all very familiar with it. So everything in here is very, very familiar, apart from these nifty little Nismo badges that you get on the headrest and dotted around the cabin, including here just in front of the gear lever. It's all very, very familiar. It's got a plusher treatment in here, so it's got nicer seats, nicer leather quilted seats. It's got a red rev counter dial, and it's got a red starter button. So all aspects that remind you that this is the Nismo version that you're driving. But otherwise, you don't get anything like a sport mode. You have a manual, of course, but no paddle shifts. You have to use the lever if you're going to use the manuals, but the gearbox is fine to be left to its own devices, and it seems to be absolutely fine at doing that job. You don't get a sports mode or anything like that. You get the normal terrain system that you get in these Patrols, and that gives you sand, rock and mud and all the rest of it on road. Of course, I've left it in on road because that's where we are. So fair to say that it is fully expected that this car will still do the off-roady bit. It should still be able to go and do all the stuff that a Patrol does. Personally, I wouldn't do it, and I don't think that most owners would want to do it because it's got a very good looking body kit at the front, you know. It's got that nice front bib on it, and it seems a bit of a shame to have spoiled that or to risk spoiling that. Now there you hear the engine spooling up, more torque in this car. So I brought it to this little bit of uphill section on this mountain, a little bit twisty uphill section. Don't mind the beeping, that's just the lane assist. It's got all the usual features on here. It's got active cruise control, and it's got all the it's got 360-degree view as well, camera, and you know, it's got all of the driver's aids that you normally get in these cars, so it's very, very well equipped, including a cooled center cubby box there to keep my Pocari Sweat cool for me. So, you know, it's all very plush, as you've seen. There's screens in the back and all the rest of it. But what this car is not about the power, it's not about the equipment, because you get all of that in the regular car. This car should be able to do this, and this is what we're going to talk about. Yes, it's got comfort, yes, it's got space, but can it hang on in the corners? And in fact, it's doing very well indeed. It's doing a good job. We're not talking sports car, we're not talking BMW X6M, we're not talking AMG 63, but we're talking a marked improvement on the regular Patrol, and it's just able to cling on to these corners at you know, at a decent old lick here, without too much complaint or drama, you know. I did this downhill section a little bit earlier, and this is a big machine to be throwing round corners downhill, and you do start to think, well, you know, I've just got to look after those brakes a little bit. Having said that, there was zero issue whatsoever with the brakes. I was being careful, I suppose, but there wasn't any issue or anything to worry about. The brakes felt pretty solid, the anchors felt pretty good. It's also been raining today, remarkably. It is August in the UAE, extremely hot outside, about 45 plus degrees, and yet somehow up here in the mountains it's raining, which is a pleasant change, I suppose, but it means the road's a little bit slippier and the car's a bit dirtier. So there you go. So the impact of the changes that Nismo has made is essentially a case of modifying your Patrol. If you had taken it to a garage and you said, look, I don't really take it off-road much, I drive it around town, sometimes I drive it long distances, and sometimes, you know, I like to throw it around a little bit. Well, if that's the sort of stuff that you wanted to do, this car delivers that. This is what this is about. This is not for the person that's going off-road in his Patrol every weekend. This is for the person that's driving it up and down to Abu Dhabi or going out here to Fujairah on the weekends. Now, what's the ride like, you may be thinking? 22-inch rims plus a stiffer setup. There is a little bit of jiggliness, a little bit more than perhaps there was before, but honestly speaking, it's very minor, it's not obtrusive, and you don't really notice it much unless you're really looking for it, or unless you can see that camera, which is on my phone, possibly wobbling around a little bit. But but aside from that, you won't notice it. It maintains and keeps all of the core competencies and all of the things that people here love about this Patrol and this generation Patrol. It's a very comfy, very plush, very nice cruiser. Everything is where you'd expect it to be, and everything works really well. But the plus is that you're able to just get on it a little bit, throw it around a little bit, and you're able to do that with a lot of confidence, because, you know, this is a car that's been set up to be able to do that. I'm not saying this is a track tool, I'm not saying it's a sports SUV, but I'm saying it's very good, considering that it's a big old heavy beast of a machine that you can take your family picnicking in. So there you go. There's our review of the Nismo Patrol by Nissan, a model that is potentially unique and specific to us here in the UAE. And I think one of my cameras gone, never mind. I'm talking to you guys now anyway. And we're very fortunate to have such a unique model here. Do let us know what you think of the Nismo Patrol. Please leave your comments below, or wherever it is that you're watching. And if you are following us, please do try and catch up with us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Just search for Motoring Middle East. Also check out our website, and we'll put a review up there as well for this, motoringme.com. And if you're on our YouTube page, and again, just search for Motoring Middle East and you'll find us. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one.